Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. And well, after thrashing Real Madrid at Santiago Bernabeu, things are pretty looking good for Barcelona because they got the confirmation that they are ended on a right track, and Xavi is definitely putting all the pieces together to build upon his team, to build a team that could compete on a highest level. But still, to win a trophy this season is quite impossible for Barcelona, but still they can end this season on a very high note and look forward for the next season. And while talking about the next season, Xavi wants to add more depth to his squad. He wants to add more quality to his squad, and that's why he has prioritized this position to strengthen the squad. The first one is that right back position, on which we are linked to Mazraoui from FC Ajax, and this other one is centre back position, on which we are linked to Andreas Christensen, who is from Chelsea, who looks almost close to sign for Barcelona, and the other one is the striker position, where Xavi wants to add a young player to lead that attack, and also eventually it's that midfield where Xavi wants to add more depth and quality. And well, looks like he almost have finalized that who he is gonna add into that midfield, and well, it's none other than Franck Kessie from AC Milan, which looks like almost a done deal, and as Fabrizio Romano already had said that here we go, so we can almost confirm that Franck Kessie will play for Barcelona next season. And while talking about Franck Kessie, well, he's a great young player and he has got a whole lot of great qualities. He's quite physical and also he's tactically very intelligent player. And the first thing I think Xavi might have seen that is that his physicality. I think it could be the more important aspect that Xavi might have seen while signing. And also he's a very smart midfielder who can add a lot of goals into the team, even though he plays at that defensive midfield position. And while talking about that defensive midfield position where Busquets is currently still playing for Barcelona on that position, but given that he's age, I think Xavi now has gone on to look for his replacement. But of course, we all know that there are quite few players who can play like Busquets at his position, because Busquets is still a main player for Barcelona. He's still a key player for Barcelona, and he's probably the guy who understands the most about playing in Barcelona's way. So of course, even though how good is Franck Kessie is, the real question here is that is he the correct replacement for Sergio Busquets? Well, there are a lot of mixed responses about this signing, because if you look at the Barcelona's midfield currently, it's stacked with talent with the likes of Riqui Puig, Pedri, Frenkie de Jong, Gavi, Nico Gonzalez, and there are immense number of talents, and all of them have been excellent in this season and are the kind of players on which you can build upon your team. So again, the question arises, even though with having such talented midfield, why the hell Xavi wants Franck Kessie in his squad? Well, before you jump on any conclusion, let's look at Franck Kessie's qualities as a player and whether he could fit at Barcelona or not. So talking about Kessie, he initially started playing as a right-sided half-winger for AC Milan, but at that point his form was quite unpredictable and fluctuating. The real boost for Kessie was when Pioli switched his formation to 4-2-3-1, where he played as one of the double pivot. And Kessie in this system was more of a midfielder to make those forward runs and join most of the attacks. And as we talked about, he's quite a physical player, as in his early days he played at Gasperini's academy, which is also famous for pressing. So of course he was well learned and drilled about that pressing and how to win back position quickly. And also he's quite a smart and technical player, because the way he presses the player, I mean, he's really good at man marking, and that's why whenever manager asks him to do so, he will smartly press his opponent by cutting off all the passing options. And this aspects, I think Xavi would obviously love it, because as already said, due to his strength and the way he presses, he would win a lot of position in seconds, and that's why Xavi wants this intensity. And time out we have seen that Xavi has mentioned that it's the intensity that Barca has lacked the most in these few years. And with having Kessie in the team, Xavi could certainly exploit a lot of options to play in the game. And also when you look at Kessie, not only defensively but offensively he adds a lot, and he adds a lot of goals to be honest, because last season I think he was their top scorer with 13 league goals. And of course, playing as a defensive midfielder, he helps AC Milan to play out from the back by dropping deep. And also while pressing the opponent when their team is pressing high up on the pitch, his smart positional play always helps his teammate to find him and play that pass towards him. And also on top of that, he's a prolific penalty taker. But still, from whatever I have seen, is that Kessie, even though he's technically very intelligent player, but still he have got some issues that he needs to resolve if he really want to adapt under Xavi. And of course, the first one is that his poor close control. And as you all know, if he really gonna play in that defensive midfield role in that place of Sergio Busquets, this is the first thing I think he needs to resolve it. He needs to make it perfect, because that position is very important for Xavi, because that position allows his team to play in that classic Barcelona's way, because this is the position where Sergio Busquets plays, and he's that kind of player who helps Barcelona to keep moving that ball. His close control is quite moderate, and also already been discussed, he's more of a box-to-box midfielder, not a great ball distributor like Sergio Busquets. Well, now coming back to our question, is he the correct replacement of Sergio Busquets? Well, certainly the answer right now is no, unless he learn and flourish under Xavi. But still, it's very possible that initially Xavi might use him as a double pivot by changing the formation to 4-2-3-1. Because in 4-3-3 formation, I think Kessie is still very naive to play as a single pivot, at least for Barcelona. But still, looking at his qualities, no doubt he will add a lot of depth to Barcelona's midfield, because he will bring that physicality with him. He will bring that defensive solidity that Barcelona needs sometimes whenever they play against a team who is more intense in approach, who plays a more intense attacking football. And also with his work rate, he will help Xavi's side to dominate more in the possession. And also it will help obviously to take the control of the game. And also with Kessie, you can always expect him to be the most hardworking player on the pitch, because while playing in Syria, he has covered at an average of 10 km in every game, which is certainly a really impressive stat, to be honest. So overall, Barcelona would be getting all these qualities for free. I mean, this is gonna be a free transfer for Kessie from AC Milan to Barcelona. And that's why this is certainly a key factor that you could look upon this signing, because he's still 24. Even though, I mean, he's not a player that you can call him as a Barcelona's type, but still he's young. He's just 24 years old. And there is always gonna be room for improvement, because he's a really hard-working player, and we have already seen under Xavi that how he can bring the best out of the player. That's why getting him on the free transfer is never gonna be a bad option. That's it for today, guys. Do let me know your thoughts about this free transfer of Kessie from AC Milan to Barcelona. Do let me know it all in the comments down below, and also don't forget to like and share this video, and also subscribe the channel. And as usual, I'll meet you soon with another new video. Until that time, as you know, Fc Barcelona.